Nearly 3,000 years ago, in the heart of ancient Jerusalem, a grand temple was built. Its construction marked the beginning of a story that would echo through the ages, a story of power, prophecy, and an unfulfilled dream that still stirs the hearts of many today. This is the tale of the first and second temples and the shadowy ambition that drives the desire to build a third. In 957 BCE, King Solomon, son of David, commanded the construction of the first temple in Jerusalem. It was a structure of unparalleled beauty, built with cedar from Lebanon and gold from distant Ophir. The people believed it was the earthly dwelling of their Lord, a place where the Ark of the Covenant was housed, and where divine presence filled the Holy of Holies. But the temple was more than just a religious monument. It was a symbol of power, a center where faith and politics intertwined. The kings of Judah ruled under its shadow, claiming divine authority. Yet as mighty as the temple stood, its fate was sealed by the shifting tides of history. In 586 BCE, the Babylonians, led by King Nebuchadnezzar, laid waste to Jerusalem. The first temple, the pride of Solomon, was reduced to rubble, and the Ark of the Covenant was lost, a mystery that has intrigued scholars and treasure hunters alike for millennia. Decades later, the exiled Jews returned from Babylon, driven by a longing to rebuild what was lost. The second temple was erected on the same hallowed ground, though it paled in comparison to Solomon's grandeur. Over time, however, it grew in significance, especially after Herod the Great expanded it into a marvel of the ancient world. Yet the second temple became a place of division and corruption. The Pharisees, Sadducees, and priests turned it into a center of power struggles, far removed from the spiritual purity once envisioned. The temple became a stage for political maneuvering, where the true essence of faith was overshadowed by greed and ambition. In 70 CE, the Romans under General Titus besieged Jerusalem. After months of brutal warfare, the second temple was destroyed, just as the first had been. The flames that engulfed it were so intense that the gold melted and ran between the stones. All that remained was a single wall, the Western Wall, which still stands today, a silent witness to the temple's tragic end. Today, the Temple Mount in Jerusalem is dominated by the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, sacred to Muslims worldwide. Yet there are those among the Jews who dream of a third temple. They speak of ancient prophecies, claiming that the Messiah, the one Muslims would recognize as the Antichrist, will come only when the temple is rebuilt. In quiet corners, these dreams are taking shape. Stones are being cut, blueprints are drawn, and preparations are made in secret. The idea of erecting a third temple is not just a distant hope, but a plan in motion, one that they believe could bring about a new era, an era where their Messiah would reign supreme. But for Muslims, this temple's construction would mean the destruction of Al-Aqsa, one of Islam's holiest sites. It would be a sacrilege that could ignite unimaginable conflict. The stakes are high, and the consequences could be catastrophic. Legends surrounding the first two temples are shrouded in mystery. Some say that Solomon's temple housed not just the Ark of the Covenant, but also secret chambers filled with occult knowledge. It is whispered that dark rituals took place within its walls, rituals that could grant power beyond comprehension or bring about terrible curses. The third temple, they say, could be even more sinister. Some believe it would be the seat of the Antichrist, the Dajjal, who would deceive the world into following him. The construction of this temple could be the final act in a divine drama, a prelude to the end times, where the ultimate battle between good and evil would unfold. Imagine a future where the third temple stands completed. Al-Aqsa and the Dome of the Rock would be no more, and in their place, the temple of the Antichrist would rise. This event could trigger a series of global upheavals, with the Muslim world reacting in outrage and the Jewish followers of the false Messiah claiming victory. Such a development could lead to a world engulfed in chaos. The Middle East, already a region of tension, would explode into violence. Alliances would fracture, nations would go to war, and the world could find itself on the brink of Armageddon. With the third temple in place, the stage would be set for the Antichrist's reign, a time of deception, suffering, and spiritual trials unlike any before. For Muslims, this would be a sign of the end times, the moment to stand firm in faith as the world teeters on the edge of darkness. The future of the Third Temple is not just a matter of Jewish prophecy, it is a question of global significance. Its construction would challenge the very foundations of our beliefs, our lands, and our lives. The story of the Third Temple is still unfolding, and its conclusion remains unwritten. Will it bring the reign of the Antichrist, as the prophecies suggest? Will it lead to an era of unparalleled strife and suffering? Only Allah knows. But the possibility of its construction is a reality we must consider. A reality that could shape the destiny of the entire world. As this tale continues to unfold, we must remain vigilant, aware of the signs, and prepared for whatever may come. For in the shadows of Jerusalem's past lies a future that could change everything.